All right, there you go. A little conversation with Chris Mowry. Since he started working for Toho, I have been dying to get him to be involved with something we do. So that's a pretty big feather in the cap, if I have to say so. Just because, you know, Toho was very restrictive on what they used to allow Chris to do. So happy that he was on to talk to us about Godzilla Day, and I am super psyched to talk about some of the cool stuff that we're going to be showing off. Christine, I've already got your news items ready to go. So why don't we news items? So why don't you pin us?
So I like what you did there. So many of you have noticed my kaiju vest here.
Oh, cool.
Check this out. I got some Godzilla pins.
Wow.
Oh, isn't that cool?
I know. I've been working on this for a while now, but so talking about my segment, I will be adding to this collection because, as you know, or maybe you don't know, Pin Carol has been releasing these series of Godzilla pins. So they had like a 54 pin a while ago. They came out with some movie poster pins, and now we've got Series 4, which is 5 pins. Oh, here you can see right here. We got Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, Rodan, King Ghidorah, and Mothra. So, I mean, I like these pins. I think they're cute. Do I have any? No, I don't. I don't have any. Oh gosh, I don't even have any Pintrill pins yet. But I will be purchasing some
Pintrill,
of these,
become a sponsor of Collect All Monsters.
Let me represent. So, I mean, these are really cute. They're about, let's see, half an inch tall. And they're $12. Actually, all their Godzilla pins are $12. So if you go onto the Pintrill website, they have the Series 4 is available up now for you to order. In all the prior series, they have some that were posters. They have chibis. Oh my gosh, the chibi pins are really cute. They have like a chibi Mothra, chibi Godzilla. So yeah, this is their Series 4 that they announced. I know that actually pins have been really making a comeback. Like there's like so many different. I mean, just look at. I don't even have all the ones that have been out, but look at all these like Godzilla and Kaiju pins that I've collected.
I've got a whole
like,
bunch on my my vest too. Yeah, lots of them.
Yeah, just like in the past year. So, I mean, they're cute. What, Leslie? Gotta represent Miss Bling here. Yes, collect them all. That's like
Keith earlier said it. So for those who are familiar with Office Space, you've got your flare on for that.
That's right.
Yes. Your kaiju flare. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna show them off here a little bit. Yeah, I got some Mondo pins on here. Toku Arts. I don't know if you can't really see it. So I have a lot of Toku Arts pins, like Biolante right here. Right. Okay, well, that's not really bad. But I mean,
keep it a family show, Christine.
Yeah. I just want to show off my pins. But no, they're really fun to collect. I mean, you can put them on a pin board, or I know, like, there's a bunch of people in the groups, like Nick, that has a kaiju vest. You can get patches. Yeah. And I might get some patches to put on the back. Yeah, they're also, like, some sitting here, I've lost about 5 of the backings. They keep falling off. So I'm
you got to get the locking backs.
I know, I'm getting stabbed.
On the inside of my vest here, there's like a whole bunch of silver pieces. Those are the locking backs for.
Oh yeah, I have some that have locking backs. The rest of them need these rubber ones. Hopefully the Pintrill ones don't have rubber because I'll probably get stabbed with those.
Yeah, I'm all about pins too.
They're great.
So I like collecting the pins. They're fun. I mean, $12. Go like stick them on a pin board or make a kaiju vest or something. Put a backpack or something. They're fun.
Definitely.
So that is my U.S. segment for Godzilla Fest, Godzilla Day.
Cool.
Oh, or go to Leslie next. Leslie. I know you can't be as cool as me with the pins, but
yeah, absolutely.
Try and come up second.
Yeah, the pins are top notch. I mean, what I got is garbage compared to what you got. No, but seriously, I've been talking about these Toe special effects books for the longest.
Oh yes.
Probably till I'm blue in the face, and with my complexion, that's really hard to do, quite frankly. But I can't stress enough these awesome Toe special effects books that you can get from the King. How do you pronounce that?
Kinokuniya.
Basically, what they said. Kinokuniya.
Pinocchio?
Yeah. Now,
Pinocchio?
now you can actually go to their website and they offer these books. You know what I'm saying? Or you can go to like their physical locations. Like there's one in New York. John, if you're going tomorrow, if you're going tomorrow, call me.
All right, I will.
All right. They got one. They got one in Seattle.
We got one in Seattle. We do.
They got one in Katy,
you
Texas.
Can call me too.
Okay, cool. They got one in Katy, Texas. They got one, I think, in Carrollton,
San Francisco.
Los Angeles. You know,
Beaverton, right?
Francisco.
Yeah,
I think so. But you know, if you can't get to the store physically, you know, they have all these awesome Godzilla store items that you can get from the Godzilla store, but it's right here in the United States. Now, with these books in particular, you can get them from their website, and they cost like $22 a piece, which is awesome. And they're in the States, so it's domestic. Like I said, when I ordered mine, I placed my order on a Friday, and I got mine like on a Monday. But Kyle, blow me up a little bit if you can. But I was on their website just a few hours ago before we came on live, and these books in particular, I grabbed a few that is on their site right now in stock. This one, Godzilla from Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, Toho's Frankenstein, Titanosaurus, Godzilla 91, Destroyer.
Oh, I need to get that one.
The GMK Godzilla, and of course, Mothra 2003.
You bought them out.
Not to mention there's some other ones up there. 68 Godzilla, 73 Godzilla, 71 Godzilla, Mechagodzilla 75. There are so many awesome books on their roster. They don't have every single one of them that the Godzilla store did, but they have a good chunk of them. And again, these books are like great, just collectibles. You know, this is no different than a figure. You know, they offer never before seen photographs or some photographs you have seen on the internet. Right. John Ruffin and David Ayer .co quality. That's how top notch this thing is.
The gigantic photos.
Wow.
Yes.
Compared to old school books. If you bought the books from like 10 years ago, you would never get pictures that big. Yeah.
David, why haven't you got Frankenstein yet? I'm surprised you haven't got him yet.
You know what? I'm going tomorrow.
Please do, because this book. Look, David. Look.
I know. You don't have to sell it. I'm just got to go. It's awesome. Yeah.
Oh my God. So these are great books. They're also great resource tools. Like if you're an artist and you want to sculpt like when you're a kaiju sculptor based off these monsters, this is a good reference tool because look at this of Mothra. I can't wait for the Mondo Mothra to come out real soon. Can't wait for that.
Oh my God,
look at Mothra. Look at Mothra 2003.
Oh,
my God.
Detailed pictures. Wow.
Yes, Christine, really they are.
If you bought get doubles, you can break the spine and frame them.
Yeah, so I know all my co-hosts, like I know their favorite monsters. Like Christine, the Biollante book is awesome. Of course, John got the Shin Godzilla is awesome. David Frankenstein, Kyle, the GMK book is awesome. You need to get this in your collection. But everybody else is out there. If you want these books, go on the Kinokuniya Books website right now. You can have it in your hands. But let me just tell you one more thing, ladies and gentlemen, before I roll up out of here. I am a part of the supply chain, meaning I'm a truck driver.
Yes,
okay?
you are. Bless you.
You have to understand that right now during this time, the U.S. Postal Service has made some changes where they're not relying too much on airplanes anymore. They're doing more so railroads and trucks. And the trucking industry right now has got a major shortage of drivers. So my point is that when you order this stuff online, wherever you go, whether it's Japan or here, it's going to take a little bit longer to get to you. You know, so please have a little bit more patience this time, especially this time of year where everybody's going to be buying online for the holidays, you know, whatever. I go to the post office, basically the distribution center here in North Carolina, pretty much every single week. It is backed up. They don't have any workers. Like, we're doing the best we can. As somebody that represents truck drivers, couriers, package handlers, you know, whatever, delivery drivers, we're doing all that we can to deliver this stuff. But please have a little bit more patience because it's going to take a little bit longer to get to you. But you'll get what you got ordered. It's going to take a little bit more time. I did want to explain that because, like I said, I am in the industry. I've seen it firsthand. So please keep that in mind when you make your purchases, at least for the next 2 or 3 months until we get out of the holiday season. All right. That's it I want to say in my segment.
All right. Advice. Thank you for that.
Now, we are going to be kicking things over to Mr. David Dobko for a brief introduction.
So, brief introduction. This video kind of speaks for itself. Our buddies Nick Sides and Jonathan Portman gave us their impressions of the Alamo Draft House. I said it right. Screening of the 4K remastered Godzilla 54. So, take it away, guys. Hey there, it's David here from Collect All Monsters. Well, obviously it's Collect All Monsters. We're doing the show right now. This is my segment, and I want to thank Jonathan and Nick, who you all know, and if you don't, you should, because they're awesome guys. They were lucky enough to see the showing of the original Godzilla at the and I just wanted to ask them a few questions about it because it's kind of a big deal. So real quick, the first question is, how was the turnout?
It was packed. I think I even turned over to Jonathan at one point, and I'm like, man, every seat here is full. I mean, they didn't have any empty seats next to us or anywhere in the theater at all. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Another question I have for you guys is, was there anything special that they had there that you could like take with you, like a collectible or some posters or like a special drink that had to do with Godzilla or anything like that?
Well, I know that the actual world premiere event, they had themed drinks and stuff. I saw the menu there, but for the normal screenings, which is one of the ones we saw, the late screening, they had some Mondo apparel in the lobby.
Oh, cool.
I didn't see any figures or anything, but they had some shirts, and two of the employees had these Godzilla hats on in celebration. They're these new hats in celebration of the event. So
it's pretty cool. It's like one of
Nick,
the feet with like the text over it.
Yeah, it was like it looked like a logo. It was really cool, but it was funny. Nick tried to he's like, hey, I'll give you $20 for one of those, to try to get one for me. And I was like, no, they're not going to go for that. And they were both like, no, I'm sorry. We're going to keep them. I was like, yeah, of course. They're really cool hats. Why not?
I would have done the same thing.
I had to take a shot,
You had to take a shot because that would have been cool if you would have been able to snag one of those. So again, we have a limited amount of time. So I got one more question that you can expand on this question. Was this your very first time seeing the original 1954 Godzilla on the big screen? And if you had seen it before, how does the 4K restoration compare to the first time that you did see it?
John, you've seen it before, right?
Yeah, Nick, you can go ahead first, actually, if you want.
This is my first time ever seeing the 54 on the big screen, and seeing it 4K was like kind of an extra layer of shock because you really see every little bump of the suit. You really see the characters emote a lot more. So you get a more feeling for like the human drama in it because it looks, relatively modern in that 4K restoration. It was gorgeous. I mean, like every little detail of like the cityscapes and even like the practical locations that they went to, it felt very lived in. It felt like an actual set you could walk onto, so I was pretty blown away by that. It was really cool.
Fantastic. So, Jonathan, how did it compare to you seeing it the old way, just without the restoration aspect?
Well, I gotta be honest. I think we even talked about this a little bit before. I was a little skeptical about the 4K restoration on the big screen because, most movie theater screens, they're not, some of them aren't geared for a 4K experience, and they're just movie screens. So it's hard to see that transfer over if you're trying to watch a true 4K restoration. So I was a little nervous about that, but all of my preconceived notions were put to bed. It was absolutely incredible. Like I remember seeing it back in 2014. They had a special screening at the ArcLight Theater in celebration of the new film coming out. And comparing that experience to this experience was night and day. The grain was still there, but it was pristine, clear, crisp looking. The sound quality was even better. I mean, they were able to do some work there.
Oh God, yeah, the drumming of the footsteps and everything was like booming. Like it was really intense.
It was a true experience. You could see the wires, which honestly doesn't bother me. They kept those in because I love. As a lot of us are, I'm a traditionalist, so I love all that stuff. I eat all that stuff up. Even Nick was funny. He kind of leaned over me. There's a part where you see the towers. They build those, they construct those powers, and it's a composite shot, and you can see the composite sort of floating in the air a little bit. I never really noticed that before, and then Nick was like, "Dude, you see that?" I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of cool to see those little things." But everything else was. I've never seen it look that good. I'll be quite honest. I'm not just trying to hype it up. I genuinely thought it was amazing, and I hope we get a 4K on Blu-ray at some point.
When
Fantastic.
when Emiko sees the oxygen destroyer go off for the first time in the fish tank too,
Yes,
and she like has that freak out. Kind of when I've
Yes.
seen that before, I'm like, oh, bubbles and fish, and she has this, this visceral reaction to it. But seeing it in the theater, and they obviously use real fish and everything, it's kind of gory. It's like, especially with that detail and everything, I'm like, ooh, that is pretty, like, a little gruesome. So I could get that kind of horror aspect a little bit more from the film too, just because you really get the quality of like what's happening in these scenes and everything, especially when people are like crying and screaming, and the village is being blown over by Godzilla's first attack, and everything. It's like, oh, this is a horror film. It
is definitely not the Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Megalon. Definitely not. So anyway, I don't want to make this too long because I've got other segments too. But again, thank you so much for giving us your thoughts on this. Maybe we'll have a more in-depth conversation on our channel, because we just scratched the surface, and I wanted.
I could talk about this for hours.
We
can even talk about the Mothra one too. Mothra on that Godzilla event live stream, they were showing behind the scenes on the Mothra 4K they're working on.
Oh, fantastic!
On the Toho website. So
I cannot wait for that. So, gentlemen, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being good friends of the show. And back to you, David. Hey, thanks, David. I kind of screwed up. I'm wearing the same shirt, but I don't have anything underneath. So anyway, I tried. Trying to get the continuity here, but yeah, it was fun. Thank you so much to Nick and Jonathan, and we will absolutely do an in-depth chat about this in our Facebook group at a future date. We'll let you know.
Perfect.
Yes.
Well, that means it's time for Mr. John Ruffin to tell us all about the cool stuff that he wants to showcase from Godzilla Day.
So, Carl, I think you have an image, and I was hoping it arrived today in the mail. This awesome release from Mondo. Mondo is just kicking it out. And there's another release, I'll just mention it, but this is the Return of Godzilla, LP, soundtrack, vinyl, just beautiful art. You can get it in a couple different red and a blue vinyl. Just fantastic. I was hoping, again, that it would have come today. But a beautiful piece, beautiful art by Henriette.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and is that awesome? Just a nice extra, pop-up book action going on there. And $30.
That's crazy. So cheap.
And I think they just released Godzilla vs. Destroyer.
We'll talk about that in a minute too.
So I got to swipe that one up too.
Great soundtrack to Destroyer.
Definitely.
Yes, totally, yeah.
Vinyl's been back, but vinyl's hot, and it's a lot to get. You can really build up a nice vinyl collection these days of Godzilla. So,
and even the artwork for it, and just you could frame that.
Absolutely.
And display that.
Made for some nice photography as well.
Wow.
Wow.
Cool.
Awesome, John.
I got to get me one of these.
Yes, add it to your collection. It's interesting because it seems like the Heisei soundtrack, someone's got the rights to, in their kits not to go along with the show set, Bring them on.
Well, looks like someone's got to ask Santa for a good record player or turntable or something, because I ain't got one. So records aren't going to do me any good. Just
We're
look
gonna
at the
have
artwork.
Christine and John DJ the collector launches party when we finally get back together.
Call him a Bull Will and Jazzy Jeff.
Spinning those records.
Spinning those dog from high school.
Wow.
Right on. Well, thank you, John. And that actually brings it all back to me again. So I'm kicking in here with my selection for the American side of Godzilla Day. We've talked about Mondo. We've talked about some other manufacturers, but we haven't talked about Super7 in a while. David, you used to work at Super7, so I don't know if I need to have you give an introduction of the company or anything. But
no, I'm just going to say it's an awesome company that was very into the Godzilla collectibles back in the day when I lived in San Francisco. And this is when Brian Flynn, we used to actually be in the shop all the time. So I would work there on, help out on weekends. I do conventions for them. I got a nice bulk of my collection from Super7, and it's nice to see that they're getting back to their Godzilla roots again, because they sort of veered off off of that for a little bit, but now they're back on. And Kyle, what are you going to show us that they're doing now?
Well, Super7 has had several announcements. I would actually encourage you guys to follow the link in the show notes to the Godzilla Day releases from them. However, the number one thing that A, I do really want, and B, I did not get because it sold out, is the with the cutaway views of Godzilla.
Those are fantastic.
And Hedorah and King Ghidorah and
the Godzilla's great.
That would go perfect with your figure.
Yes, it
would.
would.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
I was really bummed because I didn't really think that these were going to be super limited. And I was like, I'm going to get those. And I didn't get them on Godzilla Day. I remember we were streaming, David, in the group. And I remember saying like, oh, dude, they actually did a set. And then hours later, I was like, it's sold out.
It's gone.
It was fast,
and now you can get Godzilla, you can get King Ghidorah, Hedorah, and Mechagodzilla. But man, I gotta say, I kind of don't want the set if I can't get the whole. If I don't want the 3 if I can't get the whole set. But I love these things, and like I said, the set is sold out, but the individual guys, they are still available. Hedorah and Mechagodzilla and Ghidorah are still available on the Super7 website. And I'm not going to continue any further than this, but if somebody has any inside lines on where I can get the full set without having to pay an arm and a leg, I definitely would be interested because I want them.
They're nice. They're really nice. I like them too. I do like them too.
Anyway, that's about all we're going to do for covering Godzilla Day. I think we've definitely spent quite enough time talking about it. I hope you guys out there have enjoyed what we have showed you. And again, if you have not... if you haven't enjoyed what we've showed you, just go to kaijubattle.net and check out the stuff that Michael Farris shows you. No, that is a fantastic resource for collectibles coming from America, Japan, and all over the world.
Absolutely.
If they involve giant monsters. So what I will do is I'll say we're going to move along